I have this friend who's became a Catholic. He's gay. He and his partner became Catholics in the last 10 years.
Oh, really?
And I couldn't understand this, how you can be a devout Catholic and be gay. And I asked him, he's actually our doctor, and I asked him, and he said, well, God made the church. Man made the church, and men make mistakes. So there's this rationalization, it seems to me, making it okay, because truthfully, if someone hates your very essence and is against it and would deprive you of your very existence, how do you rationalize those two things? Because the Catholic Church especially has done so much damage. It's reason, so, I mean, if they're telling a devout Irish Catholic woman that homosexuality is this horrible sin, and then her son or daughter comes and says, I'm gay or I'm a lesbian, what is she going to do? She's probably going to reject that child as bad.
Yeah.
So, here's the church supposedly trying to help you have a rich life, and it's actually stamping you out. And the other thing is, a tremendous amount of priests are gay.
Do you think that's, like, is that a thing? Like, is that known?
Well, I'll tell you,
Well, there must be if, like,
well, look at all of the abuse to young boys. The principal here years ago was named David Shapiro, and his lover was a fabulous, famous artist. He was Cuban. And when he was dying from AIDS, his dear friend, who was a priest, came and actually stayed with us, and he was gay. Now, he had never had sex, because he's not allowed to have sex. And then somebody very stupidly said to him, well, then how do you know you're gay? I mean, there are heterosexuals who've never had sex, but, so I think that there's a lot of homosexuality. I think the French cardinal's probably gay, and that's a very big position.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you had any experiences personally, like how religion has affected you? Are you religious at all?
No, but
Or like had any friends?
should I tell you a story that's unbelievable?
Yes.
With the Episcopalians, this is absolutely true. Episcopalians can marry. And this is more to me, this is about the hypocrisy of the church. And there have been a lot of Episcopalian priests who have really given support to gay, homosexual movement or individuals. And the head of the Episcopalian Church in New York was a man, Bishop Moore, and I knew his daughter Honor very, very well. He had 10 children. They had names like Hope, Chastity, Honor, and he was married for a long time, and the wife died of cancer. And then he remarried, and the first wife was an alcoholic, and the second wife became an alcoholic. And this was the interesting thing about Bishop Moore, who was one of the most powerful Episcopalian people in the country, maybe in the world, and he had been very supportive of gay rights. But there was this little secret. This is an unbelievable story. He's at his office, and his wife is talking to him on the phone, his second wife. Now, I'm sure the first wife died partly because of this. I mean, kind of the heartache, do you know what I mean? So none of this is personally directed to me, but his daughter told me the story. The wife's on the phone with him, and he's saying he's going to be late. And then she realizes that he is in the middle of having sex with a man.
How did she realize?
Because she could hear it. I don't know, hopefully neither of you have ever had sex, but you see it in the movies. Look at these two blank faces. We're not going to tell you. But, you know, the noises, I suppose somebody was on it. And the wife realized it. So the guy, this head bishop, was gay, and instead of dealing with it and being open, now he's had 2 wives. He's driven 2 of them to alcohol because, you know, this is what happens. You know something is wrong for the woman, and you don't know what, and you keep doing things to make this man attracted to you. I mean, I know more women who've gone through this, try make up before bed, and okay. Then what happened was he called his children to tell them before someone else did. And one of the daughters told her cousin, and the cousin was in the big Episcopalian seminary in Texas, and she had just heard this, and she's in the bishop's office in Texas at her seminary, you know, the seminaries where they study. And she sees a picture on this bishop's desk. He's younger than Bishop Moore. And it's a really intimate kind of pose. If you didn't know, you'd just think 2 friends.
Yeah.
And she realized that the bishop she was studying under had been having an affair with her uncle.
The same one.
So these are these crazy, convoluted secrets. Like if he had been open, one, it would have been easier for his spouse. Children get used to it. A lot of people realize they're gay who've had children, and they come out and the kids deal with it. So what that did is that even though he publicly said, oh, gay rights, here he was gay himself, and that set back. There were people who, if he had come out and been open, who knows how many gay men or lesbians who looked up to him would have had that support, would have given them strength.
Yeah, but and also just the Catholic Church in general.
And you know those Catholic priests. Can you imagine what's going on at the Vatican, looking down the hall,
my
running
God.
out of your room to the room down the hall? I mean, because I have so much support from my family, and it's never been an issue. I don't have anything direct where I've been,
Where it's affected you.
nothing affected.